What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Brittany.
And this your girl, Bree.
And this is your favorite podcast.
What is up with y'all?
What is up with y'all?
On this wonderful Monday.
Yes. So, you guys, on today's
I'm tickled,
episode,
y'all. Sorry.
we're talking about butt going.
Like the cheerleaders be doing. The cheerleaders be doing well. Y'all see our shirts. God is dope.
God is dope.
Shirts.
Yes.
Yeah, so we going to... Excuse us. Yeah, we're going to talk about butt God. Y'all, it's just simple. It's plain as day. That's so crazy. She got a text message from God is dope.
God is dope.
And we just said the
God
line.
is
That's
dope.
crazy. Yeah, so
smart.
But yeah, we are getting ready to talk about butt God. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a whole butt God.
We can end the podcast right there.
Because y'all, for the past couple of days, it's been a butt God moment. Like if you think about your life, you think about different situations that you got going on, even the things that's coming up that you cannot see yet, it's still gonna be a butt God.
It's gonna be like, if the only way that this could have came or this could have happened, this had to be but God.
Simple as that.
That's it.
Because we don't know half the things that we got coming. We don't know what our big G got planned for us. We don't know what he's conjuring up, what he is orchestrating. But when we finally see it, we can honestly say, this was nothing but God. Like, I honestly, this is a crazy sense because when I graduated with my bachelor's degree from college, from A&M, on my head, I had nothing but God on my head.
Okay.
Yeah. None. N-U-N. None but God, for real. Because he was the only one that sought me through.
Listen.
My time, y'all. I had spent 7 years in undergrad, and I took a year off in the midst of the 7. And I had to take tests to pass. In order for you to get certified as a teacher, y'all, that was honestly nothing but God. Because I had test anxiety, problems, and y'all, this is like when how you get it from that computer, you can study all day long, and then your brain just go like. Anyways, that was a none but God. But God.
Yes,
seriously,
that was definitely me taking in my master classes. When I was getting my MBA and them finance class.
Oh, I already know.
Oh, Lord. Tutor.
I already know.
And I said, Lord, I should need for you to see me through.
See me.
And if you see me through, and pray me through these finance classes.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord. And he did just that.
He did just that. Yep. And
he brought me through and
got on the other side.
I was able to get on the other side. Yeah.
And it took a lot, like even in it was but God, it take a lot of prayer. It take a lot of fasting. It take a lot of seeking after him. It take a lot of being focused and putting the distractions to the side.
Discipline.
All of that. Commitment. All of that goes into us having a but God. Like you gotta work. No matter what, you gonna have to work. It ain't no piece of cake walk. It's none of that. So we have to work.
You got to.
In whatever that we're doing to, get to the other side. I gotta tell my testimony real quick. Sis already know about it, but I'm gonna tell y'all. So when was that? Last Tuesday.
Tuesday. Last Tuesday. Last Tuesday.
So I went to they got these little cards, that you get in the mail. Saying that you go to a Call of Duty, you can pull the little thing back, and if your numbers match, then you can whatever. So I was getting ready to head to the dealership a couple of miles, about 40-something miles out from where I was, and I was just going to see what they was gonna say. Thought about I really wasn't trying to get no new car or anything like that, but y'all, on the way, I don't have a new car. Anyway, it don't matter. But yet. But I was getting ready to head that way. And at this particular exit, you could go left or you could keep straight to go on over across the little bridge. So I'm in the area. So I went to the next light. Y'all, so it was like 18 wheelers and stuff lined up, y'all. I'm heading, I wasn't even going that fast. But this van almost looked like Amazon van. It wasn't Amazon, but it was silver, whatever. Y'all, it darted out and went left as I'm trying to go straight. They couldn't see me, so they just took a chance. And y'all know how we are, we just be trying to take chance, and didn't nobody tell us to move yet. And we should have just been patient and waited.
Moving before God before it's
okay. So y'all, I literally, God took the wheel of my car, swerved, and now meanwhile I'm up here trying to hit on brakes and everything. So he took me and swerved me out. I missed it by a couple of inches, couple of feet. Yeah, I'm telling you, it shook me up so bad. I was shaking when I came across that line, and I say it was Jesus when I got and was able to like stop. Everything around me paused. Like the people were waiting for a car accident to happen, but it was God. He was the only one. And so that's that, you have your revelations, you have your encounters with Big G.
Yeah.
And that was another encounter for me. Because the way that things that stood still, and people say, your life flashed before your eyes. No, my life ain't flashed before my eyes. It was a standstill moment. Like I was embracing my body for the impact. To the point the next day my body was so on my right side because I had clenched up so bad. And I couldn't get myself together. I was just like, Lord, well, I know I'm here for a reason.
Yes.
It was but God that I'm still sitting here talking to y'all. Yeah, I'm telling you. I was telling my mama, and I was telling, sis, like, I'm not over exaggerating, y'all, but I knew and I know that I'm here for a reason. It was but God.
And it's in those moments that if you don't know who Big G is, I promise you, you get in trouble. You get in a situation to where you can't call on nobody else but God. Because it seems like in those moments, that's the only name you can call. That's the only name you could think of. You ain't got time to call your mama. You ain't got time to call your daddy, your children. You ain't got time to call nobody. Nobody but God in those moments of uncertainty. Of when you somewhere you don't need to be.
Right.
When you find yourself in places where you know that you shouldn't be. And somebody probably already told you, like my mom used to tell me certain places I didn't need to be. But the very place that my mom would tell me I didn't need to be was the very place that I encountered God. I encountered God when I was inside of the club. And I knew it was God speaking to me. And I knew I had to be in about, I'm going to say maybe about 24, 25. And I knew it was God. I just knew it was, no questions. And I kid you not, that same night, there was a shooting or something that happened at that particular club that I was at. And so, it's just those moments. I've had another encounter where I'm out enjoying myself. You young, you go out to the hot spots in the city. You want to go to,
I'm in the street.
I was in the streets. I was going to the club. I was drinking. I was driving. I was doing all those things. And I'm thinking that, hey, I'm doing this because, hey, I'm young. And when you're young, you want to do things. You want to have nightlife. You want to go to the college parties.
You want to have fun.
You doing, and I did all that. I really did all those things. And I had another encounter where there was an actual shooting. I was standing in the line to go to, I don't know if anybody know about the Bradley, but the Bradley in Georgia, if you know, you know. Bradley Theater. If you know, you know. And it happened so fast. When I tell you, literally, it was me and like, I think three of my friends. And my friends, some of their friends with them. Y'all, we have on heels. And we are running. So this is like early 2000s. We like running. And the only thing, not the only thing, because first of all, Big G is omnipresent. So he is everywhere, right? And so there was like this corner. In the corner, it was like a deep corner where you could like go deep into that corner. where you can't even be seen.
Mm.
So it's like you're hidden if
Mm.
nobody knows that you're in there.
Mhm.
And when I tell you, I can do nothing, baby. I thought I was a runner. I was a track star. I ran away when it got hard. I did. Me and my friends and my cousin, we flew in that corner. And when I tell you, in that corner, nothing but the name of Jesus, the name of God came out my mouth. And I said, Lord, if you get me out of this, I ain't coming back no more. And I promise you, I didn't go back no more. And what happened was I think it ended up closing up. You know what I'm saying? So it's though, and it's so
that's
many
that protection. Because he went on to shut it down, so you wouldn't even be tempted to go back.
Tempted because you'll be tempted to go back.
Because everybody be wanting to say, "Well, hey girl, come on, let's go here. Let's go back out there with last weekend. This another weekend." So he went on to shut that thing.
Yeah.
Ain't it amazing how Big G will block and protect us and do things like we didn't even know was gonna happen, and it just pop up, and then you be like, "Well, dang, that's why he did this. That's why he avoided me from going here." Or you don't feel like you want to go here no more. It's because it ain't nothing but God. I'm telling you,
God's protection. I'm telling you that when you are in the uncertainties, when you in situations, I promise you. God is the only name that I know that I can call, that I would ever call. And I promise you, if you ain't never had that encounter,
I'm telling you,
God, that bless you,
because I done had plenty.
Plenty
and with this situation that I just had, it just took me back to when I did get in an accident in 2009 when I was getting ready to go get my nails done. I had just got out the phone with my mama. 10 seconds later, boom, she got a phone call saying that, and I was in the passenger seat, and she had just said, we got on the phone, and the folks called and told her that your child has been in a car accident. I had to get transported to the hospital and on the ambulance just to make sure that I was fine. Yeah, I had guardian angels there, everything. I'm not gonna get all the way into that because I'm getting stirred up. But that took me back to the space that I was in during that time, because within 10 seconds, I just got off the phone with her.
And that how quick your life can change in a matter of seconds, in a matter of minutes. And so sometimes you can be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and God still cover you. And sometimes there have been those moments where you were at the wrong place and something happened that didn't, tragic happened, or God definitely spared your life. And so you just have to be grateful for those but God moments, because it's in those moments that you learn the lessons that you need to learn. So it's in the but God moments that you learn the lessons, so that you are able to help somebody else.
And I was just going to say, don't ignore those encounters, those moments when all you can say is but God, those moments when all you can say is thank you, Jesus, and you lift your hands, or you be like, oh my God, this could have happened, but it didn't.
It did.
Don't ignore those encounters. Embrace them. Learn the lesson. Ask him what it is that you needed to see in the midst of that time with him, that encounter. Because I'm telling you,
it's a teachable moment. It very much so teachable moment, and
plenty of them. And I learned something from each one of them.
Each one, and you never too old. You ain't never too young. Baby, that's like that baby. You put that child on the bed, and I'm going to do this real quick, and you get you even have a little body pillow. I'm speaking of, maybe it's a child. I'm gonna say a toddler. I'm gonna say toddler, because if it's an infant, you definitely need to be kind of very watchful, and you can't let them get out your sight, because anything can happen again in a matter of seconds, especially if you have them in in the bed and not a crib where they're safely secured. But the toddler, you gotta stay up here, but they won't jump on the bed. And you just keep on jumping, and I ask you to stop jumping on the bed. And you have such a good grand time that you bump your noggin on that
floor.
floor. Or you go to that stove and I'm cooking.
Mhm.
You go to that stove and you touch it, and it's not till you touch it that see that it's hot. That mama didn't tell you no story.
Mhm.
Daddy didn't tell you no story, or grandma didn't tell you no story. So in those moments, those are teachable moments.
And you didn't learn it until you experience
experience it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're not able to teach and help other people. So these experiences that we have encountered, that some of you guys have encountered, and some people have dealt with more traumatic things in their lives. And maybe God bless, and we are definitely praying for those that have endured traumatic experiences, whether they lost their loved ones throughout it, whether they have a permanent situation, whether they are paralyzed from it, blind from it, whatever happened. God, and I know that God, that He doesn't make any mistakes. Right. But He even keeps those people here as well, even if He was able to take their vision. Right. If He was able to take the activities of their limbs and them being paralyzed.
He keeping them here so to tell their story to help
somebody else.
And maybe that they can, with them telling their story, it can avoid you going through some of the things that they went through to get them in the situation if it happened tragically or something like that.
And that's with anything. That can go with any situation that you can think of. Those moments are teachable. Right. So I know that the but God moments were teachable. Definitely. I learned from them, still learning from them. And that's something you never graduate from. It's never ended. You never that's a course you never graduate from. But you continue to learn the lessons from, and you educate and help others that may need to hear your story one day. Right. And so share your story. And we all have those things that's locked inside of us that we do need to share. Right. Whether you share it through a platform as we're sharing it, if you have if you want to get you an app, if you want to write a book, if you want to have a devotional, right? I don't know, if you have a clothing brand, you can express that way too. Have messages on shirts, however. But get the word out, share your story, because those but God moments are what help you through those life tough situations. Right. It helps you and others. So
just cherish your but God moments and speak up and share, because you never know who may need to hear that, y'all. Yes. But we're about to go ahead and get on out y'all way on this Good Monday. So we're gonna say our affirmations and we're gonna let you all go.
Yes. I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am bold.
I am bold.
I'm a conqueror.
I'm a conqueror.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am handsome.
I am handsome.
I'm sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
And I will always be.
And I will always be.
My true and authentic self.
My true and authentic self. Y'all, yes. Thank y'all for staying locked in with us each and every Monday. We thank y'all for tuning in with us tonight. And make sure you share this with somebody.
Yes.
And we will catch y'all on the next episode of
This is Your Favorite Podcast. Bye.